Welcome to Dad's DeFi Space. I'm Kevin. We're going to take some time today to discuss the news, look at the markets. Earlier today, Joe Biden, the current president running for the Democrats, this presidential election, dropped out of the presidential race. Immediately after this happened, Bitcoin just dropped quick. It rebounded minutes later. We'll talk about that in just a minute. The biggest issue here is markets do not like the unknown. And everyone, I think, within the crypto market, within the stock market, within all the markets, pretty much thought that Trump was going to beat Biden. Now that Biden has left the race, who's to say what's going to happen? So, this article from the Daily Hodl dives into why Bitcoin price dropped so quickly today, which is that unknown of who's going to run against Donald Trump. Biden dropped. He endorsed Kamala Harris. Kamala hasn't really made any statements on Bitcoin or crypto, not that much anyway. So it's hard to really read if she would be good or she would be bad for the crypto markets. But at this point in time, I mean, not too many of us can argue against the fact that RFK Jr. and Donald Trump are the biggest supporters of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and the markets that we're all playing in right now. All right, so let's just take a look at some of the market metrics before we get started today. Obviously, we're in the bull run phase of the 4-year cycle, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. Market cap is back up. It's approaching $2.5 trillion. That's Bitcoin and all your altcoins and Ethereum and everything else out there. Volume is down, but yesterday it was up immensely. I saw that within my liquidity pools. Some of them, especially my overnight pool, it was pumping like 12, 13, 1400% gains, or excuse me, APR yesterday. Crazy volume. It's kind of back down in a normal range today. The fear and greed is getting back up into the greedy range. I expect that during a bull market, but I'm telling you, if you see fear drop below the neutral range during a bull market, it's usually time to dollar cost average on your strongest conviction plays, strong altcoins, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Moving on, I wanted to take a look at Bitcoin today. We're looking at actually the 15-minute chart because I wanted to show you that within 15 minutes, we went from around 67,500 all the way down to, say, 65,800. We wicked down below 65,900, which is crazy. Okay. Next, what we're going to look at is prices. Hold on one second. All right. Looking at prices, even though Bitcoin had that massive drop today, and we'll go back to the charts in a minute, we're back right up at 67,000. Pretty stable for the day, up almost 13% on the week, which is nuts. 9% of the week on Ethereum, 11.3 on BNB, 25% on Solana, which I did rotate out of a little bit of my meme coin pools into USDC and Solana. We'll talk about that a little later. Dogecoin, 25%. Uncoin actually is down a little bit this week, but that's okay because I'm going to buy a little bit because it's one that I have high conviction in, and I'll talk a little bit why later in the stream. AVAX up 25%, Shiba Inu 5 on the week, Chainlink 11, near almost 20%. You get the idea. The market is on a tear. But before we move on into the news today and our discussion on the 4-year cycle, I wanted to look at Bitcoin's weekly chart, or excuse me, daily chart and weekly chart. This is the Bitcoin daily chart. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here, and you can see we have we're working on our 3rd day of support off the bull market support band. This is when it's time to get serious in the market. Hopefully you've been accumulating in this low range when we drop below the support band, and now you should be sitting a little bit better. If not, that is why we dollar cost average. And you're going to see some of the ways I do this when we look at the 4-year cycle theory in just a bit. Now we're going to look at Bitcoin's weekly chart. Now, this current weekly candle is above the bull market support band. We have closed one candle and got the wick right above the bull market support band, but we have not. I personally would feel so much more comfortable. I would feel more comfortable if Bitcoin had another weekly candle or two above the bull market support band. And I think you would too, especially your altcoin bags. Moving on, I wanted to touch on a couple more news events before we get into our 4-year cycle discussion. This next news article concerns the Matic token. So until next time, peace. Like the video and click that button and subscribe to Dad's DeFi Space.